Hello, animal lovers, farmers. My goats, they hear my voice, they just go wild. It's funny. The pigs are making noises too, but it's lower and rumbly, like I'm coming. Anyway, I'm enjoying this day. It's approaching mid-November, so I know that the beautiful warm days are numbered. It's supposed to get up to around 70 today. Beautiful, loving it. The only negative that I can talk about on a day like today is that last night was the time change, the clock change. So now it'll be getting dark around, I don't know, 5:30 in the afternoon. It's just insane. I hate that. I mean, for those of us that work and want to come home and enjoy the family and farm, it's dark. Well, who wants that? Isn't that right, piggies? Huh? Isn't that right? Look at it. They're kind of cute. I got some plans in the spring for those guys. Well, at least for one. Paw Paw. Oh, there's Danky. What's up, Danky? Huh? You holding down the fort here? All right, let's feed some animals and get on with our adventure, huh? Okay, we always have extra eggs. What are you guys doing? When the chickens start laying pretty heavily. So when we have extra eggs, I just give some to the pigs. I just throw it in their feed. Sometimes they'll hard enough to break, then pour feed over it, but they'll break it themselves if I can't break it. But I've come in many times with broken eggs in my pocket. It's a mess to behold, but hey, comes along with the territory, I guess. All right, guys. Oh no, it bounced out. How did that happen? There we go, that was a broken one. You stepped on it, eat that egg. Well. That was a bit frustrating. One of the eggs didn't stay in their bowls. Oh well, they'll find it. You have 6 glasses on a table all in a row. The first 3 are filled with milk, and the last 3 are empty. By moving only one glass, can you arrange them so that the full and empty glasses alternate? Let's see what you can do. I'll give you the answer on how to do that in just a minute. All right, the goats are gonna hear me and they're gonna be clamoring for food. You ready? Yeah. Are you guys lining up for a reason? Guineas. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Are you out of hay? Let's see if you can eat some breakfast. And the answer is, oh, look at that, totally empty. And there's a hen in the corner laying an egg. So let me get some hay in here. Give me a second. They're kind of cute because they're already getting there. At least Meadow and JoJo is getting their fuzzy, downy undercoating for the winter. And when Meadow gets hers, I've seen in the past, she looks 50 pounds heavier. I mean, it's just an awesome thing to see. In the summer, I don't give them a lot of hay. I will keep an eye on them, watch their habits, how they're acting, because they have a ton of weeds and undergrowth to choose from out in the field, and they browse all day. But we've had a couple of frosts. Things are dying off, so now they get hay in the morning and night, as well as grain at night. So things change when it gets colder. Meadow was just at the fence right over here, calling out to the bucks over there. So that tells me that she is cycling right now. And so I don't know the exact number, but I think it's like 20 days. She'll be there again, and that's exactly the time that I want to get her over there with the bucks. The bucks are laying over there, way over there, just saying, yeah, what does she want? Well, they know what she wants. So that's coming up in about 3 weeks. In case some of you ever wonder why I put a ton of water in here every time, it's to recycle it, to get rid of that old stuff, to give a bucket of mainly clean water. No, it doesn't clean it out perfectly. No, it doesn't make it, completely free of debris or whatever, but it does keep a majority of fresh, clean water in there. So I just overflow it. It makes it a little muddy around here, but it dries up real quick, and that's the way I've done it for years. You can fill it right up and stop, but that just leaves a bunch of old stuff in there, and I just overflow it to help clean it out. That's all. So the chickens and the guineas have been following me around quite extensively this morning. That means they want something from me, and so I'm going to give them a little something. Some little scratch grain here, but I'm going to put it in their run, because that's where I want them to get used to being this winter. So I'm going to scatter it over the top of this chicken wire roof and let them go in and find it. They know where it is. It takes them a second, but they'll figure it out. Come on now, you guys know where it is. See, they're all around me. Come on. Yeah, I know, you want a buck, don't you? Well, one of them found their way in, so I'm sure they're all going to be going in. There's one. Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on. There you go. Just takes one. Kind of a rough life being a barn cat, isn't it? You get all the food and water you want and all the mice you want to play with. And then you just laze around all day. Speaking of lazy barn cats, but this guy will follow me around all over the farm. Makes him a little tired. I should probably pet him. I hate to mess up his little nap, but he looks so soft. Ready? Oh, just a little one. Just a little one. Yeah. There you go. Were you having a good dream there, buddy? Look at that Halloween cat. Well, these bucks are still rutting. Always peeing on themselves, always following me and sniffing me out, because I've been around the doe. Actually, 2 does now, Meadow and JoJo. But they'll follow me around to just rub their pee face all over me. See, I just saw him pee on himself, and he's coming over here to rub on me. You gotta stop, you gotta stop, gotta stop. Oh. He's a handsome fella, though, I'll give him that. All right, I'm gonna give him some water. She is so clamoring to get over here. Oh, if I was ready, but I want to wait a couple more weeks just so it isn't too cold in the spring. But man, oh man, oh man. Okay, it's coming. When I had this barn built, I always wondered about the security of the things inside. Meaning, how do I keep it secure? How do I lock it up and not be a pain? And what I mean by that is me having to carry a key all the time to get in and out, or just something silly. I just wanted something to secure it so that I can get in whenever I wanted to get in, and knew that if I left it, you know, at night, it was secure. And I ended up getting this thing. It's a little keypad that got it at Lowe's. I'm sure you can get it at all kind of places, and it has served wonderfully. It's powered by a little 9-volt battery, and it lasted at least 4 to 5 years. I was kind of surprised because I used that keypad daily, at least twice daily, to get in and out to feed the animals and stuff. But it has lasted wonderfully. You just punch in a code, it unlocks it, you go in, it locks it back in about 15 seconds. You can switch on the back, this little switch right here. You can make it manual so that it doesn't lock at all. So it's very cool. The reason I'm bringing it up today is because I had to change the battery for the first time ever. When the battery went low, it doesn't lock. It still lets you in and out, but it didn't lock. Also, if things get jammed, if things mess up, there is a key that I have that can open up the door itself. Anyway, it is a pretty cool addition to this barn, and it makes life a little bit simpler. Just to let you know. Well, I wanted to tell you a little bit of sad news. I mean, it was probably inevitable, but still sad nonetheless. On the farm, you will have I don't want to use the word regular, it sounds like it's too often, but you'll have death or sickness. It's not uncommon. Man, she is just dying for those bucks. Hate to use the word dying, but you got 3 weeks, girl, and then you're going in. That guinea that had the broken leg passed away about 2 days ago. We found her in the coop. That was a sad story. I really didn't know what to do with her. She was, I hate to use this word too, it sounds so cavalier, but she was gimping around for months. But she was, I don't know if the word is thriving, but she wasn't declining. She wasn't hanging around with the other birds because she couldn't get around that well, but she was getting around. She was eating, drinking, living. I was just in a quandary about her. But she passed, so her suffering or whatever she was going through is over. So that is the sad news I wanted to give you. So I won't be talking about her anymore. You know, it's kind of amazing that half of us are still around, because in our childhood we did things that in today's society would be frowned upon or gasped at. Just silly things like, I remember being in the car without seat belts most of my childhood. But one thing I remember, when I was a kid, my parents rented a farmhouse, and the farmhouse was an active farm, and there was farm equipment, big lofts full of hay, this and that in the barns connected to, you know, the property that our house was on. And they were old barns. They were the ones on the sides. They were little slats about that wide, going up and down, with little spaces in between, wood. And I remember being in that barn as a kid, jumping from the loft down to the ground floor into big giant just piles of hay. You know, just enjoying every second of that. And then I remember one day finding very close to where I was landing was a pitchfork that was not pointing down, it was laying there pointed up. So it was super dangerous what we were doing, and we didn't even know it, me and my sisters. But we survived it. We're here today, and you're listening to me talk about it. It's only 5 o'clock in the evening on the first day after we changed our clocks. And look at the sun. Right there. Yeah, already below the tree line. Already almost below the horizon. What the heck, man? Look at him. Who said I have food? Oh, you can see his tusks. See him? See him? See him? See him? He's chewing on something. You see little tusks coming out. That's the first one we've had that you can see their tusks. Oh, my. That's exciting. So the answer to that riddle is you pick up the second glass, pour its contents, which is milk, into the fifth glass, and then you set the second glass back down where you picked it up from. You have only moved one glass, but now the glasses are full, empty, full, empty, full. Did you get that? Only moved one glass. Hey, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to continue being a part of all the adventures and stories that happen on Rubber Soul Farm. I hope we can spend more time together on the farm. But until then, enjoy your animals and take care of yourselves.